As a graphic designer, I don't know if you knew this, you can make anything, literally anything, including seals like this that look official but kind of don't really mean much. Hi, and welcome to my series, Graphic Designer Reviews, where I, a graphic designer, take a look at packaging design within the health and wellness space. I take a look at the packaging design, the labeling, the manufacturing, and I basically just talk about them. And I kind of treat our time together like a show and tell, where I show you products that you probably may have never seen or heard of because they're in the natural product space. And then I give my professional design feedback / critique of the product. I don't always try the product, but I do always focus on the label and the packaging because it's what's on the outside that matters. And I just want to talk about it because it's really fun. Yes, I do secretly love show and tell, but my main goal of these videos is just to showcase what design critique can sound like, because whether you're a student or you're self-taught and you're just starting your design journey, chances are you might have never fully experienced the magic that is the design critique. So I want to bring that to you because I believe it is one of the most underrated and underappreciated aspects of graphic design, because it is super important to be able to articulate what and why you like or don't like something. That's just part of the job. If you missed it, I actually uploaded a video about design critique and design feedback last week, if you want to just like pause here and watch it real quick. So let's get into it. So I don't know if you remember, but in my video about Pipcorn, I mentioned that I really wanted to go to Natural Products Expo West this year, and I really wish I could go this year. Won't be able to, but that's okay. If you missed that, basically Natural Products Expo West is like the Coachella of natural product, where it's all about like high quality natural ingredients within the categories of food, skincare, supplements, wellness, as well as sustainable manufacturing and packaging solutions. They really focus on being innovative and showcasing what is in the future for sustainability, natural products, health and wellness, all the things that I love. However, tickets are very expensive. I mentioned that the tickets cost as much as a ticket to Coachella, but I was wrong, because it is actually twice the amount of Coachella to get in. $14.95, and that is a comma. So, and me, a regular person, cannot afford. So let me just paint a picture of how huge this event is. I went to Natural Products Expo West in 2016, and I was there for 2 days, and I did not see half of it. It's huge. It is a huge event. I came home with tons of samples, tons of printed materials for design inspiration. It was so fun. And I just looked it up. It's actually a 4-day event. So even though I was there for half the time, I didn't even see half of it, which is crazy to me. And this year it is between March 12th and March 16th. So next week. Still sad about it. And I know what you're thinking, Karen, how can an expo of natural products be 4 whole days long? And I will tell you that I don't know. But I do know that someday, hopefully, I'll be invited to Expo West, and then I'll get to share about it on this channel. Expo West, if you're watching this, I would love to hang out with y'all in person next year and maybe hand out a Nexty. I don't know. I'm open. I'm open to doing a live stream, whatever you want. I would love to interview booths and just get to know the vendors, and that just sounds so much fun. New Hope, if you're listening, remember me for 2025. Anyway, I was on their website looking for the Nexty Finalist list. And if you don't know, the Nexty is the award they give to natural product companies who are on the cutting edge of their industry. And that's the award. That's what the award is called, is a Nexty, which I will be handing out in 2025, God willing. but I'm recording this in February because I'm trying to get ahead, and like I'm on the Natural Products Expo West website, and they still haven't announced the finalists. So I went to the next best thing, and that was to look at their sponsor list. Just so I can see, just so I can get some inspiration on what to talk about. And lucky for me, I already had a bunch of these in my pantry, so I just picked one of them. So I'm going to be reviewing this Trace Minerals Research Magnesium, liquid magnesium. So anyway, I have 3 of their products at home. I have Uno, Dos, Trace Minerals. You can use that. That was a freebie. So for today, I'm just going to talk about the one liquid magnesium dropper. It's a lot of work doing 3 at once, so I'm picking my favorite right now. And I've said this before, but I just wanted to mention again that I'm not trying to influence you. I'm not benefiting from this. I'm just wanting to review the packaging, because what I like and what I'm reviewing doesn't necessarily mean I like it. I know I already gave that one away just now, but I just want to talk about the packaging, and I do want to show you what's out there, because like, who knows, this brand might not actually be for you. This might not fit your needs at the moment, and that is totally fine. I'm just gonna put the picture right here. So I'm pretty sure I bought the magnesium dropper at Sprouts for about $12, so not super cheap, but I've had this bottle for almost a year. It lasts for so long. Same with these, they have lasted so long. Maybe it's because I don't take them every day. Maybe it's because they're super concentrated and it's just a challenge by choice scenario where I add in 3 droppers one day and 2 the next day. Who's to say? Anyway, let's talk about the brand. So the brand Trace Minerals Research has been around since 1972, but they really don't talk about it on their website. They only mention their 2nd birthday, when 2 employees scrapped together probably a couple $1 million to buy the company and own Trace Minerals back in 1999. By the way, were you even alive back then in 1999? Let me know in the comments. However, I did find it interesting, but take this with a grain of magnesium, because I asked ChatGPT who owns Trace Minerals now, and he said that Trace Minerals is owned by Natural Vitality, which is like another company that also makes magnesium products, but the website itself doesn't say that anywhere. And even Chat said himself or herself, itself. It just feels like a him. Do we trust Chat as fact? Like, I can do my research, but he has access to like the entire internet, which in his defense, he said not to trust him. So, and if it is true and Trace Minerals is owned by Natural Vitality, then that would make me super bummed, because I don't like calm. I don't like calm magnesium. There, I said it. That's just my opinion. So now for the fun part, let's get into the design review. So I'm gonna go over the manufacturing and the package itself, the label design, and the copy and content here. Basically, just letting you know that I'm pretending that my BFF from the Trace Minerals design agency called me up and was like, hey Karen, I need your help. And I would be like, yes, I would love to help you. And then this is basically me filming my reaction. So I'm going to give my full honest critique, but because you're not my BFF from the agency, you're watching my reaction, I have to like explain the context, and I'm gonna explain all the stuff so you're not lost, because I don't want to lose you. And I'm also under the assumption that you already know the design basics, so I'm not going to really cover anything that I'm talking about. So just know you might have to know things like hierarchy, tracking, white space, those kinds of things. So just keep that in mind. You can Google that or use ChatGPT. So let's get into it. So let's start with the manufacturing. So we have a blue glass bottle with a white cap tincture dropper. Did you know that a tincture dropper is 3 parts? I didn't until today. So we have the bulb, which is the squishy part. And based on how it's shaped, it looks like a skirt bulb because it goes like skirt bulb with a white ribbed cap. So that's like easy grip. You probably don't think about this stuff when you're like interacting with your supplements or vitamins, but this stuff is all chosen and it's all marketing and it all goes together. So that's why I'm just gonna go through it real quick. And if you are a designer or like a freelancer or something and you need to know like how to find something like this online, that's what I'm trying to help with. I mean, overall, you could probably search blue glass tincture with white cap and you'll probably find a decent package for your mock-up, but I just want to share my knowledge with you. So this little glass part is known as the pipette, and this part at the bottom, they come in different shapes. I didn't know that. And this one is known as the ball tip. Fun fact, ball tip is most commonly used in Europe, and what I thought was awesome is that the ball tip ensures exactly the same drops every time. So it maintains consistency, which is super important for like a really concentrated product like this. Like you want the exact same drops every time. Didn't know that till today. You too, probably. So when you unscrew the lid, the top of the bottle is known as a Boston round neck. Probably created in Boston, I don't know. So there's two types of necks apparently, and so this one means that it's not tamper proof, so a child could open this if they really wanted. And it is also obvious that it is not child proof because I took this to work with me, and when I got my lunch out, I was like, why is the bottom of my lunch bag wet? Because it like tipped over, and this is why I don't want to hold it right now and just like use the pictures, is because like it leaks, and that's not great for a liquid product. And that is also a great way to find out if you have a paper cut. Let's go back to the blue glass. So this blue glass is probably cobalt blue glass. There are different types of blue glass, but this is cobalt blue is really cool because not only is it a smart choice for the package itself, it maintains brand recognition, but the color, the blue color, also blocks light and UV light, so it keeps the product unadulterated. There's some vitamins that I've seen that they have like clear bottles, and I'm like, UV light's going to destroy that product. You should keep that in the fridge, but marketing, it's different. People buy things that are different and cool, and that is fine. So the label itself, like the sticker label that goes around the bottle, is known as a BOP, which is a biaxially oriented polypropylene label. So it's plastic. So BOPs are waterproof, which is smart because it is a liquid supplement and it will be around liquid. Like you put the liquid into your juice or your water or whatever kind of thing you're gonna eat. Personally, I don't love that there are a lot of bubbles trapped inside the label. It doesn't do anything to hurt the product, but to me, it's like a lack of attention to detail from like the machine when you like take it off the machine and you look at it. Nothing much you can do because it kind of sucks when there are air bubbles. However, if they hand labeled all of these, then I take it back because hand labeling is hard. What should I rate this? I will give it a 3 out of 5. To be honest, I wasn't sure of the dropper because it looks like a skincare dropper, but now that I know that it is to maintain drop consistency, I think that is super cool. However, as I continue to use it and bring it with me and like try to incorporate it into my life, it kind of sucks because it's going to be upside down at one point. It's going to be sideways at one point, and if it leaks, that is not great. That is going to ruin my lunchbox. And even now I have magnesium on my fingers and I hate how it feels as I am making this video, and I will have to go wash it off in a few minutes. And that is also not good because yes, I'm getting magnesium everywhere, but like that also means I'm losing product that I could be using to drink, you know. I think it's a huge loss. I think the packaging was perfect except for the cap, which is a huge deal. Like when I buy something pricey, I would hope that it stays in the container. So let's go to the design. So this current design was created by an agency called Brand Hive, I think around 2018, 2019. Brand Hive please update your website. I don't have time for you right now. Anyway, I did more research on trace minerals in this video because I actually had time, and I found an article that literally just says what they're going for. So according to this article I found in 2019, this is all in quotes, so they rebranded to appeal to a younger, more active audience. And I actually have a picture of what it looked like before and after. You know what it looks like after. You've been watching with me. So they kept the blue bottle to maintain recognition and not to confuse anyone. That's really smart. Because this company had been around since 1974, and it doesn't look like they updated their label until 2018, 2019. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like in the article. So Scott Boyson, who was the marketing manager at the time, he said in the article, so the agency chose clean, updated fonts and bold colors and a metallic swoosh to convey a premium look. Labels and boxes were switched from glossy to matte, and a soft touch finish was applied to boxes as well. We wanted consumers to see and feel that ours is different from other products, that it is higher quality than others on the shelf, Boyson says. In the words of Taylor Swift, nice. I think they strayed away from boxes. I've never seen a product of theirs in a box, and that's okay. That is just an extra cost that a lot of times they don't need to have unless they have a ton of information. But as you will be able to see, that we can see everything. It's all on here, and whatever's not on here is on the website, and that saves paper. So let's look at the label. Like I said, we have a lot going on. We do have a simple color palette, which is nice, but we have a lot of text. So without reading, I think the flow looks good, pun intended. But let's start with the front. I like the logo separated in white here. Honestly, I do think the minerals under the trace minerals is too small. I wish they extended the minerals out to the E of the trace, because especially on a small label like this one, you're going to lose a lot of visibility. You're gonna lose a lot of details when you lose a lot of details when you put the logo to smaller. I do like the matte finish of the label, like Scott Boyson mentioned. I do love that silver swoosh, and because it's a silver foil but with a matte finish, it just looks so nice. Gloss or full metallic foil can look like a bit much in a lot of cases, but this one's nicely subdued. It doesn't really grab my attention in a bad way. So generally, this information is good. The hierarchy is good, except for I don't like how the dietary supplement is bold compared to the benefits right above. That is kind of mixed up for me. I don't feel like dietary supplement, the words, are as important. I also wonder why everything is right aligned instead of left. As you can see, the ionic above the magnesium would have so much more room to breathe if everything was left aligned, and it wouldn't feel as squished. I mean, I also don't love seeing the non-GMO label on the left, because in the English language, we read left to right, top to bottom. So because I'm seeing this first, like, it's taking my eye away from the main information of the bottle. Plus, I normally see it on the right side of labels, not the left, because you get through your main content and then you get to your certifications. That's how I normally see them. So this one is unusual to me. Overall, the hierarchy could be better, but I've seen worse. So it's not that bad. I mean, to nitpick even further, we could gain more space by taking this little section that has the 4 bullet points. What does it say? Heart, energy, mood, and muscles. If we took mood and muscles and moved them up to be with the heart and energy, we could adjust, and like ionic wouldn't feel so squished, maybe. I don't see why not. Let's keep moving. So let's get to the supplement facts. So supplement facts look great. Get into the ingredients, and basically I'm realizing that I'm just drinking $12 concentrated seawater. Where is the seawater from? I mean, I could probably just drive a few hours to the beach and get my own seawater. In reality, I wouldn't, because here we are. You got me, Trace. So underneath that, we have the contact information, which is great to see. And then right underneath the contact information is that notorious FDA disclaimer box that you have to put on all your supplements. The little thing that says like, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. I see this little box on everything. So all natural products are supposed to have them when they make claims, or even when they have disclaimers. Like, not to do the FDA's job, but if y'all looked at like 10 companies a day since the day you made this rule to put this disclaimer on there, like, you might have been done by now. It's not that hard. So next panel, which is kind of still just the same panel. The only reason why I think it's one big panel and not two separate panels is because the FDA box stretches out, and this like proudly made in the USA icon also sits in between both of the labels. So that's why it just flows like one big panel. So it's a really nice move. There's a lot of copy here, so it's nice that you don't have to break anything up here. And there's a QR code. Where does this go? Oh, okay, so it goes to the Magnesium webpage, where I can learn more information if I wanted to. Okay, let's keep going. So this little section of icons, I mean, it's kind of clear that they're just designing around these icons because these are like the main marketing points, essentially. So personally, I don't know what the feel the difference guarantee is. I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know if it makes a difference if it's here or not. I also like how they made this like one icon logo thing, because as a graphic designer, I don't know if you knew this, you can make anything, literally anything, including seals like this that look official but kind of don't really mean much. America's Trace Mineral Brand. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very niche. And there's number 1. I think it's so funny too, like they have a little disclaimer mark on the side, which is like telling me like, we're probably America's favorite. Don't check us. Overall, I feel like having so much marketing on such a small label, like we need to get rid of some things here. So I definitely think you should keep those things that are necessary, like these little 6 icons here, and then get rid of the things that are not necessary. But if y'all love them, by all means, keep them. Then moving on, we have the join us on social, which is larger than other sections of copy. I think it's nice that they don't have the social handle because I am already nosy and curious. So of course I'm going to see like, oh, we have giveaways and recipes. I'm just gonna look up what they do. And okay, so I'm on their Instagram. I mean, okay, so first thing I'm noticing is the profile picture. I hate to spell this out for you, Trace, but I wonder if there are any circular logos hanging out in your brand book that you're not using that just like fit exactly into a circular profile picture. But what do I know? I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just a girl with a camera and access to the internet. Lastly, we have the barcode, which is like the skinniest barcode I've ever seen that not on a lip balm. I mean, as long as it's readable, I am all for creative barcodes and things that aren't just like the basic rectangle. So it does look like there's some design work put into this, and I appreciate it. And I'm actually happy about it. As someone who loves different looking barcodes, this one's pretty good. We also have the SKU, which is like R-M4Y22. So I think it stands for R, then Magnesium version 4 year 2022, which is probably the last time it was revised. So separate note, if I just had to make a wild guess, since we're coming up on year 3, I wonder if they'd go for like a total rebrand at this point. Care to share, Trace? So typically 5+ years is a good lifespan for packaging design, because as the company and the target audience shifts, like the packaging design needs to shift as well, as along with the brand itself, to capture and stay within target, you know? So I'm gonna give this label a 4. It's nice overall. We kind of lose it in the back, but it's doing what it needs to in such a small amount of space. And you may be wondering why I look different. Well, it's because I was editing my video and I realized that I did not have the last section of this video. I either forgot to hit record, or I don't know what happened. What did happen is that my little baby hit me in the head really hard, and for the rest of the night I thought I had a concussion, but I didn't. So that could have played into that. But I do remember reciting the entire, like this last portion of my script. So I remember doing it, but the clip is nowhere to be seen, so we are going to move on. So let's start with the copy. There looks like there's a lot of it, but that's just because it is such a small label and they have so much information. It's all essential information, so so far it's great. So on the front, we have the main information and what that helps with, allegedly. Don't come for me, FDA. I personally don't know what ionic magnesium is compared to other magnesiums, but it's important. So next panel is the supplement facts. All this information is necessary. I can't really say much about it. So next panel, top of the line, no known allergies. Suggested use is right there, nice. And then like everything's kind of jumbled together to make it all fit, which isn't great, but I've seen worse. And especially it's really hard to read at night while I'm making these videos. I'm so old. Okay, so in this little paragraph, there's just a bunch right here. So here's where we learn about ionic magnesium. I still don't know what ionic is. It just says that it's in liquid form. And then there's a general fact about magnesium that it helps with over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, which is a basic magnesium fact. It's not specific to ionic magnesium. It's responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. I don't know if you know that, but that is pretty amazing. And what other people might not know at all is that most people who subscribe to the standard American diet are deficient in magnesium. And if you live in America, you are most likely deficient in magnesium. I'm not a doctor, but that is just, if you look at all the research on how you get your food, no matter if it's conventional or organic, we're depleted in magnesium. So that is what magnesium does. Granted, there are over like 12 plus types of magnesium. There's at least 12. Some are more bioavailable than others. So do your research, because just because I'm talking about trace minerals does not mean that it is the most bioavailable form or even the form that best suits what you need. So don't take my word for it. I'm just talking about this magnesium because it is currently the one I have. So, and I have bought it multiple times, but anyway. Moving on. Like, I don't know if they needed to mention where the lot number was. Like, I've never seen this before. Usually I'm like moving the package around looking for a lot number just in case, but they have it right there. And I'm not going to actually do that because the product leaks out onto my fingers. So, and that's it for copy. I'm going to give it a 4 as well. It's definitely packed with a lot of information. And I think if we got rid of some icons, we'd have more room for copy, but why would you want that? So that brings me to a total of, drum roll please, I know there is no drum roll, 11 out of 15, which is a C. Nice. And there you have it, trace minerals magnesium. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this video right here. And if you like this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. If there's someone you know who loves packaging design and review videos, well, this is the best of both worlds, so why not share this video with them? I think it's my best one yet. Until I see you in the next video.